All right, everybody. Hey, I see we may have one person in here. That's pretty awesome. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna get started here in about a minute. Start talking about some of these things. I will say as we start to get some more people kind of flowing in. With today, we're going to talk about some of the bets. We're going to talk about some of the promotions. We're going to talk about a lot of them kind of moving forward as well. Just kind of things to be on the lookout for. We're going to continue kind of talking about going into the future because tomorrow and Christmas and a lot of those days get kind of crazy for me. I got a big family. We got a lot of kind of events going on. So we will be bouncing back and forth talking about a lot of those. And we're going to talk specifically about this GunLake promotion. So we're going to hang out here for a minute. We're going to talk more about that. And then I guess if you guys want to pop in the chat, talk about some of your favorite bets that you guys are making, some of some things that you're looking forward to, whether it's Christmas related, whether it's other celebrations that you guys may be doing. I don't know do we have Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, what else is coming up? Three Kings Day if you're in Spain. I know that's I guess in January. I don't know. I guess I may have missed. I might be a little late on a few of those. But anyway, let me know what you guys are excited about celebrating or maybe some things that you guys already have celebrated. And if it's sport related, absolutely share that in here. But all right, we're going to go ahead. We're going to get started because I don't want to talk your ears off too much. I will just real quick as we continue to have people flow in here. I will share my 2021 year in review on FanDuel. It's been a kind of a crazy fun year. They are a little bit. I do have a few bets that are a little bit different than Sam, as I'm sure all of you do. But yeah, so I just thought I'd go through here. It is kind of cool. I don't know if you guys do the whole Spotify year in review thing. I love that. I love my music, so I also love that they give me a little flashback. So obviously, as a guy who loves making money through sports betting and casinos and stuff like that, this is a fun little tidbit. So I'll let you guys know. So my 2021 betting highlights, my most bet team was actually the Phoenix Suns. I was not aware that I was betting on them that often, but I was. So go Phoenix, I guess. I think I was just a big fan of theirs during the playoff run. My biggest underdog win, and I'll actually share my next, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, because they're all kind of the same. They're all connected. I got my biggest underdog win was plus 4,545. And that was connected to my biggest single win, which was $464.48. And my biggest same game parlay or parlay one was $454.48. That is because it's connected to my biggest winning day, which was on the 4th of July. The 4th of July, I threw this crazy long parlay. I think it cashed after midnight or like that morning or something. But I was sitting there. We were on the boat. I was throwing together some insured parlay, and I decided to put it on Shohei Ohtani. I did this like crazy Shohei Ohtani parlay, and he hit a home run that day, and he did something else, and it paid out like I put $10 on it, and it paid out $450, which was pretty awesome. So that was just kind of a fun event. Great way to start. Great way to celebrate, I suppose, the 4th of July and sports betting coming here to the United States the first year here. The total bonus awarded, I have almost $4,000 there, $3,932. So if you guys were with FanDuel over the summer and you were taking advantage of the Dinger Tuesday, that was just a fantastic way. And it's a way that really built up this bonus for us. And that also connects to my most bet sport here on FanDuel was baseball. And I imagine by a pretty large margin. But you will also see that I only had, 13 parlays won total. And that's with all of these promotions and everything where you're basically throwing down an insured parlay like it seemed like every day. So that's why we say these parlays, they don't hit a ton. And maybe I'm just bad at them. I don't know. We'll see. So if you guys ever want to, and I'm throwing down a parlay on here, and you're like, we're gonna fade Colin on promo guy today. Feel free, man. Most of these parlays, the insurance is actually what's the beneficial part. It's not my actual picks. I like sports. I love watching them, but I will not claim to be more knowledgeable than the next guy on actual sports. What I will claim is this kind of formula where we're using the slates, the promotions to our advantage. So with that being said, let's actually hop in here. We're gonna talk. It's a smaller slate, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. Please do. We're just gonna pop into FanDuel right off the bat since I'm already here and I shared my little review with you guys. So the picks right off the bat, we have the PMI Super Boost. This is George Kittle. Now, Sam recommends $25 bet here based on the value of it. Now, I also have George Kittle on my fantasy team, so I would be very happy if he went off. So I ended up doing the full 50. I had a few. I had some bonus money that I threw on it, so you guys can see. I think I had $5 bonus money, $10 bonus money. So I did the full 50 on it. Again, this is recommended is that 25 that Sam did. It's a little speculative, but because I'm rooting hard for him anyway, and I'm gonna go watch that game with a couple of buddies, one of who I'm facing off with in the fantasy playoffs. So I'm gonna be rooting for him pretty hard. So that's our first one. Let's see. We also have the same game parlay insurance. This is a very similar thing. This is that Chuck Barkley coming down your chimney as Santa Claus giving you same game parlay insurance. Today is just insurance. So I put it a little bit longer odds today. And again, because I'm rooting hard for George Kittle, and I actually have, we'll talk about it with, I think I have it in Caesars, but I had another first touchdown scorer. So I figured, why not bet on George Kittle to be the first touchdown scorers, little longer odds there. And then I just backed it up with a couple of alternate spreads for a grand total of plus 751 for a same game parlay. I have San Francisco 49ers covering a 22.5-point spread there and over 19.5 total points. I figure those things will happen. So now we'll just basically hit this. It's an insured way to get a shot at a first touchdown scorer. And George Kittle was an advantageous bet here on FanDuel. So that's the whole thing on FanDuel today. Not a ton. I think they're kind of warming up. I'm hoping that they have a few on Christmas, but we'll see. DraftKings, this is something I'm trying to figure out. So I actually got I was able to get the boost thing, right? But here we go. Rewards in use. Are you here? You're not. Shoot. It showed up online, but it looks like it's not here. So I was not able to get the no score first drive. But if you're in a state where you can, definitely throw that down. That's super profitable. So we're going to move on to Caesars. I got to go log in right here. But while I'm looking at Caesars and we're talking about this, one of our bets is the Super Boost. I actually was not able to find this for me for whatever reason. I don't know if I had a glitch. Maybe you guys are in the same boat as me, but I was not able to find this Super Boost, so I wasn't able to throw it down. But there were two promotions that were worthwhile, at least to me. One of them is let's see, where do we go? The first half feast for the game tonight. You bet on the spread for the first half of the game, and then you bet $50 on the spread, and you get a boost. Yeah. No, first half feast, you get a free bet equal to your team's first half point total. So it's not going to be super crazy. Maybe we'll get like a 10, 17, maybe even a $24 free bet. Nothing crazy, but still something that's, worthwhile to go ahead and throw a bet on this. So then we have, let me double check that. That might, $25, $50. So $50 for every team that your team scores in the first half. So not the best, but still something that's profitable in the long run. And then we also have down at the bottom, I had to scroll for this a little bit. This might just be Michigan specific as far as it being the Pistons, but there is a promotion down here where you bet for a boost. And that is you bet $50 on the Pistons Heat on the spread there. And then you get a 50% profit boost for the college basketball market. So That's up to 50 bucks. So this is a promotion where you're getting that 50% boost. Those 50% boosts are profitable for us. So we want to go ahead, throw something down on this. I threw it on the Pistons to cover 11. I'm a Pistons fan. If you're more of a downer on the Pistons, I wouldn't blame you. And you want to throw it on the Heat, that's an option too. Ultimately, however you do this, and if you take advantage of that profit boost on the back end, it's going to be profitable. So those are all of our promotions in Caesars. I do want to talk about two things here. One, make sure you guys continue moving forward. This is where I'm talking about, hey, as we move forward, make sure you're paying attention to these. Moving forward, we still have all the way through Christmas these bowl games. You get a 50% boost daily to throw on these bowl games. So over the course of the next 3, I might just start throwing these. I don't know if you can. Let me double check. Can you use it on the same game? That'd be fun. If we can, and I'll read through this, make sure that is possible. If we can, I'm just going to start throwing these on MSU. If I can do a bunch of $25 bet on Michigan State to win their bowl game, and we can do it new every day, I'm just going to do that. That'll be a lot of fun. If you can't, definitely just throw this on whatever team you like for the day, the over, the under, whatever it's going to be. Generally, you want to aim for 100 to 150 for bets like this. So, yeah, that is Caesars. I will say again today, we do have that deposit bonus, right, where it's 200 deposit on deposits up to 25 bucks. So that's $75 total that they're going to require you to bet through on. And it's 15x on slots. So this is something where if you do really small individual bets, like individual spins on whatever slots you're going through, then it could be profitable in the long run. I get nervous on this one just because it's 50 bucks. You get one wrong spin on something like this, or 2 when you're going through this 15x, you get a little bit nervous, and it kind of holds that $25 ransom a little bit. So this is something that could be profitable. Technically, I just get a little bit nervous with something like this. So if you do it with the wherewithal and the knowledge that you're playing through 15x on $75 as opposed to just that 25 or that 50. So that's all for Caesars. I probably won't be doing that one. Next, we have GunLake. This is one that we don't talk about a ton, but I do want to mention it for 2 reasons. One, it's got a fantastic sign-up offer. There's basically like 3 run-throughs where you get, as you deposit, let's say you deposit the $750, right? That's our recommended amount. You deposit $750 on there. You not only get a risk-free bet of $750, but they also match that $750 in casino cash, basically, like promotion money, bonus money. And so you play through that. That's 10x, which already better. And there's also a slot on there that is unique to GunLake. It's called like golf something. Let me look here real quick because I just played it earlier today. I did this sign-up bonus for my sister. And let's go. There we go. Golden Tour. It's got a couple of golf clubs there. My recommendation with this, guys, you want to normally, with something like this, in order to maintain the closest return to player accuracy, you want to go for 1,000 or more spins. So my recommendation, do $5 spins if you can. That's kind of a good balance between getting closer to that accurate return to player, as well as having something where it's not going to be totally crazy where you're spinning forever. You're there for like 3 hours. I did it today when we were watching Home Alone. We sat down, played Home Alone, and I'm just sitting there tapping through. It took me about an hour and a half on $5 spins. So it's something where, you guys are probably, if you're like me, you're sitting there watching something, doing something on your phone while you're watching that movie anyway. So might as well make a little bit of money do that. I will say after that, if you guys saw on Twitter with this GunLake, after you guys do those deposits, that original sign-up bonus, they will also check for this because they will also have another deposit match 200%, which is fantastic. So keep your eyes open for that. And then finally, this is for everybody, new signups, or if you're like me, somebody who's been on this for a little bit, but they have these free bets where you deposit and then get the free bet. You deposit $200, right? And then you get a $100 free bet. You don't have to do anything with that $200, right? You can if you want to. My recommendation is keep it in there just to, maybe bet $50 on something on the side just to make sure that they're not like super suspicious about your behavior. But my recommendation is deposit $200, get the $100 free bet. Deposit another $200. These have to be separate. Deposit another $200, get the $100 free bet. Deposit $200, get the third free bet. So ultimately, you're depositing $600. Don't have to do anything with it, and then you get 3 $100 free bets that you can throw on pretty much anything. My recommendation is to use OddsJam for sure. I found one earlier today that was Jalen Brunson in the Mavs game to go over his point total, over 21.5. It's plus 100 right now. It's recommended. It's like fair value according to Pinnacle is like minus 130. So it's definitely profitable. You're kind of getting an odds boost within just a wrong line or maybe a mismatch line. So my first $100 is on that. I also got earlier today in on the Chelsea game that's coming later this week, I think on the 29th. I have under 1.5 goals. Now, my buddy who's a big Chelsea fan, he's been saying that the offense is abysmal. It's been gross, but they're still a good team. They're holding it together. So I don't expect a ton of goals to be played or to be scored in that game. And you're getting I got it at plus 280 for under 1.5 goals. So I threw another one of my $100 bets, $100 free bets on that. And then the third one is just, totally up to you. Those are just a couple of my recommendations. They're not something that's going on like the Twitter. It's not going to be on the website, but it's still something that is definitely worth kind of looking into. If you guys can find those lines, find those odds, those are something I would recommend, and not just based on my own personal approach, but based on OddsJam. And if you guys don't already, definitely sign up for OddsJam. You don't have access to it. It's well worth the cost. It's something like $80 a month or a year. I can't remember right now. But either way, it's super profitable because you're going to be making more than that every couple weeks, right? Hey, Arvant. Okay, so you did the heck yeah. And then bet the other side on DK with my free bet. Yeah, so Arvant, be careful with that stuff. You can definitely hedge something like that on a different site. That's if you're going to hedge, that's definitely what we recommend. They might not do it. They might not flag you if this is your first time. But in general, when they have a promotion, when they have an odds boost, hedging it on the same website. We normally don't recommend hedges in general. But if you're just trying to create profit and you're using a free bet, that's a fine way to do that. We would definitely highly recommend against not doing it on the same site, just because they do flag you that way. And honestly, you can normally find an odds difference where, like, hey, there's a no-score first drive on DK, and then you can find a no-score first drive on something else, or a score on the first drive on, like, FanDuel or something else that's going to be better odds for you anyway. So, yeah, that's definitely my recommendation. If you can avoid doing stuff like that, guys in general, anybody who's watching this video, definitely avoid betting both sides on the same book. That'll flag you really quick. I'm hoping for you, Arvant, that they don't flag you right away because, DK, they put out a lot of promotions. We're a big fan of them. I think generally they're not as quick as some of these others to jump on something like that, but don't do that in the future. That'll get you flagged and then probably banned somewhere down the road. And we don't want that. We want you guys to take full advantage of all these promos and these odd boosts and all this different stuff without getting kicked out and flagged and all that. So, yeah, fingers crossed for you, man. Don't want that. Thanks for asking though. That's a good question because I think a lot of people will do that. When I was first sports betting and doing all this stuff at the beginning of the year, I did that twice on FanDuel, and I think it might have actually been DK also. And they did flag me for a little bit on FanDuel. I wasn't able to do a lot of boosts, but after a while, they did let me back in. So just be careful with it. That's my advice to y'all. I don't have. Yeah. Hey, man. Listen, this isn't something where I'm like, Armand, I'm disappointed in you. It's just like that. It sucks. It sucks getting banned on this stuff, man. Like on Play GunLake, this is one that is doing a lot of these promotions today. I'm actually restricted. I think I've put a total of like 10 bets on here, and they already restricted me just because I was profiting off of this, right? Now, I will say to anybody who's restricted, if it comes through, communicate with the help center. I will say Play GunLake has been helpful. Their support, they've been helpful. They've helped me out. I was restricted. I had to go through, get it processed. It still went through. It worked for me the full 100. So if you guys are worried about that at all, it still works, even if you are restricted. Let me double check, make sure I'm not missing any chats in here. If not, I'm just going to hang out here, guys. Maybe I'll share a story or two, but I'm going to hang out. If there's any questions that you guys might have, please ask me because I'm going to be off for a little bit. Again, tomorrow's Christmas Eve, but it gets crazy for me because so my parents are split. So we've got basically like 4 Christmases in a row. It gets crazy. And they're all, super busy. We've got a whole bunch of family stuff, bunch of family activities. It's going to fill my day for sure. And then after that, I'm actually going down to Atlanta for the Michigan State bowl game. So I sadly won't be able to get in front of a computer. I'll try to find a way to reach out to you guys, get some lives going. But unless we have kind of people really begging, then it's probably just going to be the Twitter, Sam shooting some things out if we can over the next week or so. I should be back after the new year. We'll start 2022 hot. We'll get going. But other than that, guys, I'm just gonna hang out here for probably hang out till 6:25. Let me know, Armand, what are you doing you're in my chat, man. What are you doing for Christmas? You got any fun plans for New Year's or traveling back down to New Jersey? Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just, like I said, guys, I'm hanging out here. What else? I don't know. Hey, Burke, are you betting more money line or spread for MSU? Money line. Yeah, I don't know. Just personally for MSU, I generally don't care if we cover. Don't care if, I don't care if we cover. I don't care if we go for the over, for the under. As a fan, because that's how I'm betting these anyway, I'm going in and I'm just betting money line. I just want us to win. I will say, I think we're underdogs on that too. Let me double check there. But I will say I did get one over in when they had that. That was a line that was off for a little bit. So I do actually, I'm saying I don't bet the over. I did take the over because it was a profitable bet. But yeah, let me scroll on down. Oh, geez, so far away. Where are we? There we go, Michigan State. All right, so yeah, we're minus 135. If you want to take the minus 2.5, it's only 25 points difference because it's a smaller spread. But yeah, I'm probably just taking money line. This is actually, Burke, this is my first bowl game. I haven't been to an MSU bowl game. I haven't been to any bowl games. Actually, that's not totally true. I've been to one. I don't even consider a bowl game because it was when we went to the Final Four and we were in that tournament for the college football championship. I got to go there. It was when we played Alabama. I think I completely wiped it from my memory and don't even count it because it was a ton of fun. Leading up to the game, it was amazing. We were out there dancing, celebrating, tailgating. And then the game started. And it just got wild. The first half was super fun. It felt like we were in it, but man, Alabama's a really good team, was a really good team. And it felt like we were about to catch some momentum, maybe hang in there. Yeah, Burke, you were there. Yeah. It's that first half. I've never, they talk about momentum, man. It felt like if we were going to score there, for anybody, Michigan State fans who know about this game, if we would have scored that touchdown going into the second half, it would have felt like such a momentum swing. We would have been fighting in the second half. But we came out in that second half, and I think we got outscored like 31-0. It was brutal. Just gross. But again, yeah, tons of fun. My beard at that point in time was actually probably like 3 times as big. It came down to like here. It was huge. For Christmas that year, I put some white hairspray in it and spray painted my beard white. And I dressed up as Santa. It was a fun time. Arvant, good. I love to hear that you're hanging out in Indy, man. Are you gonna tailgate any of those like when they come back, when they have the championship in Indy? That would be super fun. I guess they have a ton of those championships, so you guys are probably used to that. But yeah, Indianapolis would be a really cool spot to check out. We got like the Big Ten tournament down there, but if I remember right, they're having the college football championship is going to come back up there. So that would be a pretty cool game to catch. All right, if we don't have any official, I guess, just kind of moving forward, any questions that you guys want to ask about anything moving forward, then I might just sign off for the night. And I'll wish y'all a Merry Christmas, because that's what I'm going to be celebrating. Ooh, GunLake, yeah. Risk-free sports betting. I get it. So that's why I say, so Burke, if you were, or if anybody who's on this stream or is going to see this stream saw yesterday's, we actually did talk about it. My recommendation is, because it's risk-free, this is an opportunity where you can hedge it and then just basically get a free bet, right? So one thing you could do is you could bet like the long side. So betting 750 straight up kind of is scary, right? But what you could do is you could bet 750 on something like slightly longer odds, like say we put it on plus 200, so it'll pay out 1,500, and then you could bet like 1,200 on the opposite side. And if you get something that's an ARB, like an ARB opportunity, let me check here. See if there are any ARB opportunities on PromoGuys, because you want, if you're nervous, right? We talked about this the other day with the sign-up bonus. I would recommend taking the full 750. You should do the full 750 with a risk-free bet, because you only get it once. But you can take advantage of it and do something like a hedge, like an ARB, where you compare these two different sides and just get a small profit off of that first one. And then if you end up getting that free bet, then you just throw that on something. So let me check. Let's go ARB opportunities. So we've got, let's see. Do we have any on here? And then I'm actually happy you brought up that PromoGuys thing. Again, my recommendation is $5 spins. Burke, how did it, an ARB? Okay, so an ARB is an arbitrage, or an arbitrage, depending on how you pronounce it. Basically, it's when you're looking at these two books, right? So you have, I'll give you an example right up at the top, right? So we have Fox Bet for the Titans game, the first half money line, for the Titans and the Niners. Fox Bet has the Tennessee Titans at plus 190, right? So you got plus 190. You have Caesars at minus 150. So you could throw down, let's say $150, right? Super easy. Let's say 170. You throw $170 down on the Niners on Caesars, and then you throw $100 on Fox Bet. If you hit the Niners, you're guaranteed or you win, I don't know, like $15 profit, something like that. You're guaranteed a $15 profit. And on the other side, if you hit the plus 190, then you're guaranteed a $20 profit. So it's either way. It's like a hedge where you're trying to minimize your risk, except you're guaranteeing yourself a small profit because because some of these books are off, right? So like I just said, you're looking at this, you've got basically $20 to be made free here if you just throw $100 on this. If you're a big bettor, you could throw $1,000 on Fox Bet and like $1,200 or $1,700 on Caesars and guarantee yourself $200 profit, right? And so that's one of these things where it's really cool. That's Odds Jam is fantastic. It's worth that $80. So if you're ever considering like, hey, I really just need my $80 this month, you could just first bet of the day, go into ARBs, look at your 2 books, throw something down that's going to guarantee you $80 profit. So they're out there. So that's why I say, let me scroll down a little bit more, see if there's anything in here that sticks out to me for Parks. So there is one between Parks and BetMGM. If the lines are still this way, they have Parks under 36.5 points for the Packers-Browns game at plus 310, and BetMGM has over 36.5 points at minus 300. So it's not a big window there. You're getting about like basically $1 to that 100, but it's a guaranteed way where if you throw it down on that Parks, you throw your $750 down on that, and then what's 3 times 750? 1,500, 2,250. If you've got the bankroll to throw 2,250 on BetMGM, then the likelihood of this hitting, it's going to guarantee you like $10, and then the likelihood that's like a 1 in 4 chance that it goes over 36.5 points, and then you're getting, that's a 1 in 4 chance that you just get a free $750 free bet. Does that make sense? That's one way to do it. Now, if you want to account for that $750 free bet in there and decrease the favored side, so instead of going for the $2,250, you could just put like $1,750 and then churn through that, use that free bet for something, throw it on something even odds. Then you're minimizing your risk on that free bet. And then if the other side hits, the long side hits, then you get like a $500 profit. So there are ways if you want to hedge this, to really do this. There are calculators out there. I would look up. I went through a whole thing, did a whole like mental math calculation once for one of these because I was helping my dad out, and he was like, I don't want to risk a ton. I'm like, all right, we'll take it pretty easy. And we did this whole process and basically guaranteed him like $400 either way, which is absolutely fantastic. The only problem was you had to have the bankroll to be able to support that. All right. I am officially past 6:30. Burke, I appreciate all your questions. Arvant, I hope you have a fantastic time down in Indy. I think I'm going to sign off for the night. If any of you guys have any questions, any more questions about anything, whether it's something like what Burke said, some of the questions he asked today, Arvant about the no score first drive, any of the questions like what he said. If you guys have anything moving forward, please feel free to reach out. Love to help. Yeah. Hey, thanks, man. Happy to help. Hopefully you guys all have a happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, and a happy New Year, and a very profitable New Year. And if you guys are signing up for any of these books, one last time, I do want you guys, if you're signing up, please use our links. Go to PromoGuy.us. It's something that for some of these that'll give you $100 free bet coverage. It'll give you, a $50 bonus cash. It depends on the promotions they're running at the time. But definitely use our links. We would love that. We would appreciate it a ton. And if you guys appreciate this channel at all, please subscribe if you feel like it, and share it with your friends. Again, I'm going live to try to help you also. The more people on here, the more questions get asked, and the more I'm able to kind of, give back to y'all. So I look forward to seeing you all in the future, in the new year, and have a very Merry Christmas, a happy Three Kings Day, or whatever it is you're celebrating, and a Happy New Year. All right. Peace out.